I am in Ottawa, Illinois now, continuing westward along that Rock Island single-track main, and this depot here is clearly a CSX maintenance facility. Looks like it says the New Rock. I'll be able to get a little closer, I'm sure, but I highly doubt that this is open to the public, so I probably won't be able to do the full walk around like I have with other depots. But here we go, I can get a little bit closer. So yeah, CSX's sign says the Ottawa Depot, the New Rock, that's what that said, that's obscured by a power line, 1400 Columbus Street. And this is, yeah, either MDW or MOW headquarters. I can't see from here. I'll see if I can at least get to the other side of the tracks and get a better look at it. Nice looking building. Good on CSX for keeping it functional, at least. Alright. But this here is the south side of the building that we are looking at. The tracks are on the other side, along the north side of the building. And it looks like I can sneak between these two buildings here. Get a closer look. This is a neat one. They have a little overhead, a covered drive. I forget the term for those. But very nice building. And I've still got the brick pavers over here. This probably connected to the main north-south street there at one point. Doesn't anymore, obviously. Okay, well, I got to the other side. This is now the north side of the building. I just snuck around the west end. Looks like they need to do some repairs there. I've got some busted windows at the upper level of that turret there. Let's hope CSX does the right thing someday. But otherwise, at least I can get three sides of this building, it looks like. East end of the building is all fenced in. It looks like that's material storage. Again, this is quite obviously a CSX, like a maintenance of way facility, so clearly not open to the public. Yeah, some boarded up windows there, so yeah, obviously CSX is just keeping this place minimally functional, but hey, I guess they gotta do what they gotta do. Anyway, it's another depot on the Rock Island line, and this one's in Ottawa, Illinois. Alright, this here is the LaSalle, Peru depot in LaSalle, Illinois. Peru is a neighboring town, just actually a few blocks to the west of where I am, west being to my right. So we are looking at the north side of this depot. This is on a rather busy street, and it's also built into a hill, so let's see how much of a walk around I can do here. It's no longer used as a train depot. There's some other organization that operates in here. I'm walking around towards the west side of this. So it's built into a hill. You enter on the upper level. This is another Rock Island station. So still the single-track Rock Island line that runs through all the other towns that I've been in. So here we are looking at the west side of the building. Let's see if I can get around to the other side. Alright, we're looking at the east side of the building. Stairs I can go down. See if I can find a cornerstone. the first depot I've seen like this that's built into a hill where you enter at the upper level. Neat little building. The whole back of this is fenced in, so I can only get so much of a view, but see if I can get across the tracks. Pretty good view. There's the stairs that I came down just a moment ago. So this back side is the south-facing side. And I am now looking at the west-facing side where it says Peru LaSalle. That's what I was trying to look at earlier, but there were no steps to go down. Sadly, I couldn't find a cornerstone or any kind of historical marker or sign giving the history of this building, but here it is, the Peru LaSalle Rock Island Depot, no longer being used as a train station. It's now occupied by somebody called the Perfectly Flawed Foundation. I don't know anything about them. I know that there are people gathering in the building now for something, some kind of meeting or something like that. So anyway, here it is. All right, so we are looking at Princeton Station in Princeton, Illinois. It's up near the north end of town, and it is used by Amtrak. It's the California Zephyr that comes through here. I can't remember what else, but this is on what is currently a 2-track BNSF, Burlington Northern Santa Fe main line. I've actually stopped by here many times to shoot trains, and have been in the depot a few times as well. It's very nice inside. I usually don't do narrate interior shots just because quite often there are passengers waiting or people busy, and I don't want to create any distractions. But this is very well maintained. It actually has had new windows and doors installed to the point where it actually looks like more like a modern recreation than an original structure. But the interior still has the old cast iron steam radiators in it. Really gorgeous interior. But anyway, we are looking at the south side of the building. The tracks are on the opposite side. We're walking around towards the east end here. And there is a historical plaque on the side of this. We'll take a look. Darius Miller Depot Campus. See what this says. Darius Miller was born in Princeton on April 3rd, 1859. Okay. Alright, so last paragraph is what's really key to this building. Miller ordered the construction of the Princeton Depot 1911 in the American craftsman style, of which Miller was very fond. So there we have it. This was built in 1911. Well, and here is the daily Princeton Amtrak schedule. So it's the Illinois Zephyr, Carl Sandburg, California Zephyr, Southwest Chief, and then, Southwest Chief again, California Zephyr, Illinois Zephyr, and Carl Sandburg. I have filmed a couple Amtrak trains in this area, or from this depot, as well as some BNSF trains. So right here we are looking at the passenger platforms. I'm going to walk back so I can get a better view of the east end here. And walking towards the north side. Alright, at this point I'll cross the tracks, see if I can get a better view of the north side. Okay. Here's the north side. Nothing fancy on the roof. Go back across and continue this walk around. Passenger waiting area is through those double doors right over there. Never been inside this end of it. See if I can see what's inside. Guessing some kind of a small museum, but it doesn't really look like it's used much. North side again. Going towards the west end of this building. West end is built pretty much the same way the east end is. This little imitation wood structure, of course, is something modern. I don't know what it is. Maybe an emergency backup generator. Still have what looks like the original brick pavers over here. Head back to where we started. In need of a little bit of weed control, I guess, but it's always nice to see these old brick pavers. I appreciate them a lot. Even if they are in need of a little maintenance, they're beautiful. Off in the distance there is a BNSF, or a Burlington route caboose, that I documented in another video. I'll have a link to that in the video description. The street lamps there, of course, are modern, but in an antique style. This is the south side of the building again. So there you have it, Amtrak's Princeton station in Princeton, Illinois.